guys, just prepared myself a lovely mug of tea. I'm getting ready for this cooking video, so if you guys want to see what I am preparing, stay tuned. Hello majestic moon witches, welcome back to my channel. So what I have for you guys today is a cooking video and an insight into my go-to favorite dishes to cook that are healthy and they're fairly easy to do with little time or effort. So let's get started, and I hope you guys like the video. If you do, leave a like. You can leave comments in the comment section below. Please do tell me if there's anything that you want to see, and if you want to become part of the Majestic fam, you know what to do. So until next time guys, I shall see you. And your avocados, guys, if they get really ripe like mine did before I realized that I even had one, all you have to do is just carefully peel it out. Your fingers will get incredibly sticky, as you can see. And then I just cut into 2 smaller pieces. And be careful when you do this, because at this point it's like really soft. So just do keep that in mind if you are preparing to put avocado in something you're cooking. And I typically like to cut my stuff into smaller pieces. And I will be right back. I'm going to go wash up my hands. As you can see, it's a mess. So I will see you guys in a little bit. And I am back now. And the reason why, if any of you are wondering as to why I have a green band-aid on one of my fingers, had a mishap before I started this, and I literally, I'm just going to take these off, not to get off track, but I'm going to have to wash my hands a million times. But anyways, I had a little bit of a mishap with some stuff, and I burned my finger incredibly bad. So we have half of a green pepper, and we have a very tiny little cherry tomato. We have more tomatoes coming today, but sometimes I like to use what I have available, and you don't always have the right stuff available, so I like to just remove the insides of everything. Please be careful. If you're someone who is really young and is just starting out cooking like I did, I started at 10, just make sure you guys are supervised if you're really young and you're just learning how to cook. Because you don't want to burn yourself or hurt yourself or cut yourself, because it can be very dangerous in the kitchen when you are essentially cooking. And as you can see, I'm being very careful as I'm cutting around this stuff to make sure that I get all the inside out. And I feel like cooking is very, not only therapeutic, but it gives you good practice for your cooking skills. And I've always watched my family growing up in the kitchen, cooking and preparing meals, or canning, or baking, or just anything in the kitchen that had to do with food. And so it was something I've always had a passion for. And by doing a style of video like this, I'm showing you that even though you see most of our videos and they're, you know, flawless and we go to the next scene and it's perfect, there's a lot of trial and error, guys. When it comes to making a video, then you're having to take extra time to do something on top of it, and then you're also, when you have a lot of mess ups and stuff, I'm gonna move this closer. I'm just kind of moving stuff around so it's easier for me. But essentially, it's not always the funnest thing, you know? And that's what people don't seem to realize, is the time and effort it goes into making these videos. And the time and effort that it takes to not only film videos, because sometimes you have multiple days into one video, but it's also a lot of extra work, a lot of running around, a lot of setting up things a certain way so you can get the shot that you want. And for those of us who actually do this stuff, you know, it's fun to an extent, but it's also, like I said, a lot of work. And be mindful of that everyone that is making videos for you guys, we're busting our asses off over here, essentially, and it's great, like I said, but it's also sometimes very tedious. Like with my Halloween project, for example, that was a nightmare. And then I had my last two videos that were impossible to even get uploaded, and so it was just all the extra time. And if I didn't have to babysit my phone, did I really just throw that in there? Rambling on and not paying attention. I have to make sure that there's no butts or anything in here. Nope. But no, anyway, it was very tedious. And there was a lot of having to babysit my phone and sleepless nights and dragging the next morning and feeling like you're some type of zombie. Because I do get to that point where I call it zombie level tired, where your eyes are really sore and they're tired, and coffee, that's when coffee becomes your best friend. And essentially, for me, I'm careful about how much of that stuff I do consume because I have medical issues. Not going to get into those, but you know how I feel to be able to live the life they feel is comfortable for them and what feels most comfortable and okay to do. And I get on YouTube and I see a lot of people that are getting attacked because of the videos they're making, or they're getting attacked because of what they're doing, or someone doesn't like them because of their way they dress, or maybe their style of life, or maybe just because, you know, the person that they are. Maybe they're really a absolutely wonderful and bubbly person, and that's their personality. That is perfectly fine for those people to make the choice, because at the end of the day, it's your body, your choice, not your body, everybody else's choice. And I think for me, typically, I've gotten to the point in my life now where I literally don't care what 99% of people think of me, because at the end of the day, like one of my friends said in one of her posts on her Instagram, even if you're having a good life, they're gonna talk. If you're having a bad life, they're gonna talk. So you might as well just have the life that you want to have and let them talk. because there's going to be people in this world who are not going to like you. They're not going to think what you're doing is, you know, really worth anything, that you can't accomplish anything. Well, I'm here to tell you right now, loves, you can accomplish anything you want. You can accomplish anything you put your mind to. And if you're not good at something, maybe it's not your avenue. But don't beat yourself up over it. Don't get mad or upset about it. Think to yourself, okay, what are the qualities about me that are good in life? What are the qualities about me that people, you know, love and that I like about myself? And you also have to love yourself first. I think that's incredibly important. You know, love yourself first. If you have other people in your life that love you just as much as you love yourself, and they stick around at the end of the day, and they're always there for you, and they're kind, and they're supporting, and, you know, yeah, they might not agree with some of the things that you do in life, but people are allowed to disagree. People are allowed to not always, you know, be okay with certain things. We're all allowed and entitled to our own opinion, but it depends on the type of opinion you have. Is it going to hurt someone, or is it going to be helpful and useful? Yeah, sometimes with my family, like my grandpa, for example, when he was still alive, might not have liked what that man always had to say, but I loved him to death. And he had some of the best advice. And I actually forgot something. I am going to go grab it, and I will be right back, you guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. I was grabbing some of my measuring cups and stuff because I have some garlic and a few other things that I can put in them and use. So yeah. How I feel typically anymore, being someone who has, say, you're someone who has a, you know, trouble with anxiety and it's really bad for you, and you have a lot of moments where you're very anxious. Someone like me, yeah, a lot of things in life we can't handle. And it's not that we don't like certain people, it's just the world's full of crazy individuals. So you gotta think. Stands to reason why a lot of people are on guard. Especially if you've been in a situation where that person's done something to you. I mean, you know, it just try to look at the good things in life and try to see, you know, I have this, this, and this. And most people, maybe they don't have this, this, and this. But as long as you're happy with your life at the end of the day, who the hell cares? Let them mother effers talk, you know? Trying to keep it somewhat respectful for this channel because we don't want to go into being disrespectful now. And I like making videos, so I want to continue to keep doing so and just be careful with what comes out of my mouth. Because sometimes I know I'm guilty of that. We're all guilty of that. You're human. This is going to kind of also be like a rambling on, just talking about whatever in life, whatever comes to mind. I never try to offend anybody when I put out videos. And if I disappear from the camera, it's because I'm just washing my hands. But at a certain point in the day, you have to stop and think. It's your life. You know, pretty much gonna do what you want to do with it. And if somebody doesn't like you for you, then, I don't know why I moved that, but if somebody doesn't like you for you, then maybe they shouldn't be friends with you, you know? And actually having garlic at the moment either. So I'm probably not going to be able to use garlic, but I decided I would chop up an onion. So I'm just cleaning off the outside layer and I'm going to wash it. Figured I would show you guys a little bit of the process that goes behind these videos essentially, and the time that it takes to really make a video. Every video is different depending on everybody, on the, each individual's platform and channel, but you essentially gotta do what you gotta do. So everyone's different. We all like to make different things. We all definitely have a different way of doing stuff in life. I always try to make the most out of those moments in life. And always try to essentially, that one's being stubborn, I always try to essentially take away, not only good things from someone's channel that I enjoy watching, because there's a lot of really fun content creators out there. And as we're speaking right now, my eyes are burning like crazy, you guys. Onions, love them, but they burn the Jesus out of my eyes. It's insane. Sometimes I have to literally run away or run to the sink and run back and forth. It takes me a few times when it comes to onions to really I always try to cheat and like brush the onion off into the bowl, but I'm just gonna kind of move my area around over here. I try to keep my distance from onions when I'm cutting them because they really burn my eyes to the point where sometimes I can't keep my eyes open. But they're so good. One of those many pleasures in life I love to enjoy, but my eyes do not like. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. But anyways, so how is everybody's fall going? Are you enjoying the autumn colors? Are you doing anything fun? Please do let me know how your spooky season is going. I absolutely love Halloween. And I'm just actually learning within the last few years. I have to go wash those off. But I'm actually learning within the last few years of celebrating the different witchy holidays. So I'm loving that. Has been absolutely great. I've been doing a lot of decorating and getting ready for Halloween as it gets closer. But for me, typically, I like to celebrate the whole month and just do spooky things throughout the month, or things that are Halloween related. Because I grew up as a kid with all those old-fashioned holidays. Great holidays, I must say. Made some wonderful memories with my family. So it's something that I intend to keep in the family once my mom and my dad, and I know some people don't like to talk about it, but once they pass away, I will do it stuff with my kid, and I'll keep carrying on the traditions. And then hopefully he'll do that stuff with his kids if he ever decides to, get married and have kids when he gets to be old enough to do so. But, okay, now that our onions are all chopped up, and I'm going to actually go and rinse my eyes and stuff out. Because like I was saying before, onions are the devil when it comes to my eyes. It burns so bad. They get me every now and then. I tried to put them in the fridge, but sometimes that doesn't work. So, yeah. And then I just carefully scoop my onions into a container or whatever vegetable I am chopping up in a minute. So now that I have all my beautiful things, now I can move this out of the way and get started on the cooking process. And then after the cooking process comes the cleaning process. Because, yeah, kind of wipe off as I go. My allergies are a little bad, but I will see you over at the stove in a minute. Okay guys, so now that I've got everything set up here, now I'm going to turn on my stove. Alright. Once you see that your burner is doing that, then you want to add some of your cooking oil. And I put my rings back on because I am only going to be working with utensils now. So now I don't really have to worry. Just kind of getting the utensil that I want. Essentially, anyway. And you just start to add your vegetable in. And I will be right back, you guys. And I'm back, guys. Had someone call the house, so I just carefully am going to, and don't worry about the avocado getting messed up, because it's just going to all get incorporated anyways, and it's going to make it yummy and delicious. I'm going to add the rest of the spinach salad that we had last night with the delicious dressing. So I feel that will add a nice little touch to our dish. So it's kind of a little cold, just, whatever you feel like. 99% of this dish is going to be vegetables, because I eat mostly vegetarian. And I will be actually right back in just a moment. See, real quick, just like that. And you're going to let your veggies cook. And what I typically like to do with the veggies is add just a tiny bit of water. Just a tiny bit of water. And then I kind of mix them up. So, normally I would have more tomato in here, and I would have a few other things in here. And I promise, yes, it kind of looks weird now, but when it's done, it'll be beautiful. And I can't get it close. But it's going to be beautiful, I promise you. I've been cooking for a very long time. I try not to turn my heat up too much, just because. Alright, we're gonna let that cook for a little bit, and you'll get to see the cooking process. So that will be fun. Kind of showing you what's going on behind the scenes. Yes, I'm talking, you're not actually seeing me. Hi, I'm still here, I promise. I'm just essentially showing you what I'm doing this time. And by the way, can we just take a moment to appreciate this mug? This is from the 1950s. I have 6 of them, and I am just completely in love. It's the perfect little mug of whether you want coffee or tea or whatever beverage you want. Perfect little size for someone like me. I have bigger mugs, but the problem with that being is sometimes I make too much. Sometimes I make a lot. So I can't always finish. But you know. And I kind of just move them around. I rotate them a little bit. Kind of just get them evenly distributed. As they warm up, they will be combined together and delicious. And with as much as I made, sometimes I eat the whole thing, not gonna lie. But it's also vegetables, you guys. And you've got delicious flavors in there. And I will even show you in a minute, once it gets broken down a little bit more, of the seasonings I use. As this cooks down, I am going to actually go grab my seasonings for it, and I will be back in a short while, and then we will continue this process of what comes next. So stay tuned, because I know some of y'all love cooking videos. And if you're just learning how to cook, perfect. And if you're someone who is already cooking, or maybe you're looking for a healthier option, and you already are, you know, kind of into this lifestyle of healthy eating and vegetables and trying to find better ways to incorporate delicious stuff in with your healthy meals, please do continue to keep watching. But I'm going to go grab that stuff. Sorry I'm rambling on, and I will be back in a little bit. And I'm back, guys. I'm going to give my stuff a stir. And make sure, don't be afraid to scrape the bottom of the pan. Got some yummy flavors on the bottom of that pan. I try to evenly get everything. Don't be afraid to experiment with cooking. One of my favorite things about cooking, essentially, is that there's no wrong or right way to do it. Yes, follow the directions. If you don't know how to read very well, then get someone to help you, or simply just, you know, internet. If you're smart enough to figure out the internet, which I, of all people, am not very tech savvy, and I'm not very computer smart, but I can figure out the internet enough to figure out just putting that out there. It's not impossible. It's not hopeless to cook and have it be delicious and yummy and, you know, healthy options. Guys, it's all about the healthy options here. And sometimes I like to shake the pan so I can distribute, and then I give it a tap. Sometimes I have to tap a little harder to get all those vegetables off there. And I'm actually, before I do that, I'm going to go get something. I really apologize, guys, if you can't hear me. I went all the way across the kitchen to go grab this little dish because it's perfect as a spoon rest. As you can see, I don't know if you can see down that far, but I know you can see some of the stove. I'm almost out of tea. I'm going to have to get some water here soon. I like to always have something next to me hydrating me. But yeah, I'm just going to turn this down a little bit, just because we don't want our stuff to burn. And I'm going to now add in some of my stuff. So In this lovely container is some oregano flowers. Yes, guys, I do cook with flowers and herbs. It not only gives you, what the hell? I'll put one more in there. It not only gives you some beautiful color. Look at that purple in there. Mwah! Chef's kiss. Love it. I heard that from actually one of the YouTubers I like watching. Her name is TK. And she's best friends with Alicia. If you guys know who any of those people are, then please do leave comments in the comment section below. We are going to next be using some garlic powder, because I didn't have no garlic. And I like the yummy, delicious garlic flavor. You can add as little or as much as you guys like. And if you keep hearing something behind the camera, it's because I keep putting seasonings away. But next is some oregano. And even though it's store-bought, it's still, don't be afraid to get in there. Sometimes I have to tap on the container to get enough out. I like the flavors in my stuff. It's so delicious. Next we have some Italian seasoning. One of my favorite go-to. Oh, nice. Must have tipped upside down. One of my favorite go-to seasonings. And because I have been doing it so long, I kind of just guesstimate how much or how little I want. Next is thyme. Yes, I bought this from the store. No, I'm not cheating. I don't have time where I am at, ladies and gents. So, sometimes you have to. And if you see things flying around, that's just because cooking is a messy process. Next, we have some rosemary. I have a rosemary bush, but she's not big enough. She's not very big enough. So, we'll just spank the bottom and get some out. But, I forgot I was putting, actually, the whole rosemary and thyme are my seasonings. So I can't be, mixing them up with my mom's seasonings. But next is marble black pepper. Love this bad boy right here. Delicious. And fun fact, did you know that pepper is very good for you for your digestive system? It's very good for your insides. And then, ladies and gentlemen, please be careful with the salt, because salt can be very dangerous, especially for a lot of people. Not all people are even allowed to have much salt. But this is a kosher salt. And I just go bloop, bloop, and bloop. 3 is all you need. Boom! And I'm actually going to clean up my area a little, so it's not so crazy. And be careful, be very cautious when you're doing this, please. Because I don't want to be reliable or responsible for what happens to you in the kitchen. If you don't know what you're doing, please get the help of somebody who does know how to cook. Then I'm just going to mix up all the deliciousness that we have in this pan going. And may I just say, look at that. It's so yummy. And I wish this camera had smell-o-vision, or YouTube had smell-o-vision. Someone please come up with smell-o-vision, because your mouth would be watering right now if you could smell this like mine is. It smells so good. And there's some bacon in there, and there's some spinach in there, and there is some egg in there. So you got some protein along with your veggies, essentially. And I'm going to turn this down even more because I don't want it to burn. And then I think what I'm going to do is add just a tad bit more water, because I don't want to add more oil. I already added enough oil. and you don't really need the... You may have to tap the shit out of it, but then again, you may have to do this. And then just scoop it off. And with me washing my hands a million times, you guys, my hands are so clean you could eat off my hands. I am somewhat of a germaphobe, so yes, I take extra precautions and extra steps to make sure that I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. So my hands are very clean. They might not look like it right now because I just touched the food, but I'm about to go wash them again. And go get something else to drink. So now I'm just going to add a bit more smidgen of water. Not much, because we don't want a bunch. Not sure how far you can hear away, but you don't want a bunch of water. But this just kind of puts some, moisture back into it. And the water's eventually going to cook out of it, And it's really going to incorporate all of those flavors. Don't be afraid to use a little water. With all the flavors we use, it's not really going to affect the taste. So, and I like to do this weird little thing again. And then I just get all the vegetables and make do to cooking a completely different way than what most people do it. And then you're just going to rip the shit out of your food. Do whatever you got to do to get those veggies off of there so that they incorporate lovely. And now we're going to let our stuff cook up now that we have our lovely concoction together. And I will see you guys after for the end results of it. And please, please, if you make this dish, let me know. Leave comments. Comments in the comment section below, or, send me a photo, because I believe YouTube can do that now. Also, essentially on Instagram, the same name as my YouTube channel name. But I will see you guys in a little bit. I'm rambling on again, and I will show you the end credits. And I hope you all have a lovely and wonderful day. And please stay magical. Alright guys, when your stuff is done, then what you want to do is scrape it all onto your plate. And I'll show you how I make my food look beautiful in a moment. Remember, this is behind the scenes a little. And then I will be right back. And my dog is barking. Basically, just what I do is this. I apologize, my dog's barking. I know. And you guys, there you have it, a beautiful, lovely, delicious dish. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next time, I shall see you